Hello there. Hello everyone, welcome to my very first Q&A. I know. Thank you. I'm alone. For anyone new here, we're doing this Q&A because we recently hit 5,000 subscribers, and this is a very large number. That's a lot of people. And so when we did hit 5,000, I asked you guys, what do you want to see? What do you want? What do want? And you said Q&A, so here we are. I just shook the whole desk. First question. Juan absorbs lemonade. We're off to a very good start. FBI, where are the bodies? Well, I'll never tell. That's no fun. Nice try though. Second question from Renan or Renan Christian. I hope I'm saying one of those correctly. Apologies if not. Hey, I really enjoy your videos. It's been incredible seeing you play games and reacting to videos. You have a very fun personality. What makes you say that? I'm boring as shit, bit. But I appreciate it, thank you. Question for Q&A, what are your top 3 films and TV shows? Ooh, big question. Here's the thing, I don't like picking favorites of anything because it changes based on the direction of the wind. It changes based on what mood I'm in, it changes based on what I've watched recently. So I'll try my best. Okay, starting off strong with Studio Ghibli's Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Now listen, are there probably comparatively better Studio Ghibli films like Spirited Away and Totoro and all that? Then yes, there is, probably. But Nausicaa is the one I watched first when I was a wee lass. And so on points like nostalgia, it wins. So Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. And then we go to space. I like Interstellar a lot. I thought that was a very good film. I remember when I went to see that film for the first time with my best friend, we were the only 2 people in the entire cinema. And we both cried like little babies, wailing loudly. Fight Club, Whiplash, Prisoners. All good films. Akira, very good film. Take whichever ones you want from that. And top 3 favorite shows. Naruto Shippuden, Boruto, The Office, US version, obviously. Touch of Cloth, very good show, very, very funny. I highly suggest you watch that if you haven't. Whose Line Is It Anyway? The US version, specifically. Ooh, Silicon Valley, love that show, very good show. More recently, shows like Smiling Friends, which I really like. So thank you for that question. Hope any of that was useful. Lunatic, thank you for all your hard work, you deserve more. I mean, if you want to subscribe, you can. The button's just down there somewhere. Lunatic said so. For Q&A, are you a fan of manga, manhwa, webtoons? If yes, your top 5. What's all the favorites, guys? Oh no. I haven't read any manhwas yet, so if you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments, or webtoons, yep, anything like that. As for manga, Naruto. Probably Death Note, Attack on Titan, Haikyuu, love Haikyuu. I know way too much about volleyball these days. Uzumaki by Junji Ito. Ooh, Durarara. I hate saying the name. I hate saying it because I can't say it. Highly suggest reading that or watching that, whatever, if you haven't, because it's very, very good. And but just so you know, Southeast Sun is my wife. You cannot have her. Just so we're clear. Next question, Zooey Mama. Great name. You're asking the wrong questions. How fat is that?
911, what's your emergency?
Okay, but in all seriousness. Congratulations, and real question, would you ever want to make your own horror series, and if so, what would it be about? I'd love to do that. Can I do that? How do I do that? I really like the vibes of The Haunting of Hill House. Not so much Bly Manor, we don't talk about that one. But The Haunting of Hill House, I really liked the way they went about telling that story. I think it worked really well. So maybe something like that, and maybe with a bit of a goofier spin. And obviously not the same story or setting or anything, but something like that would be kind of fun. An idea's been planted now, and it's your fault. Question from Fletcher Robinson. Yo, congratulations on 5K, thank you so much. And a Q&A would honestly be cool. I'd like to know, 1, what is your favorite game and why? 2, what originally got you into horror? And 3, do you have any other talents, hobbies besides YouTube that you're passionate about? I'm gonna have to say Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, good game. I remember the first time I played that game, I just fell completely in love with it. And it's not exactly like it has a Well, it does have a story, but it's not exactly like it's a told story. You kind of have to figure it out yourself because the main character doesn't even speak. He just says agro. But growing up, I also really loved Godzilla, so maybe that has something to do with it. I loved Godzilla films, even the really bad ones, especially the really bad ones.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
2. What originally got you into horror? I would say that would probably be the Goosebumps books. I don't know if they were available everywhere. Very good books that I used to rent from the library when I was a child and used to scare the shit out of me. Talents or hobbies besides YouTube? What makes you think I'm talented? Back in the day, I used to make a lot of short films with my friends. That was always fun. I enjoyed that. A few eagle-eyed people may be able to kind of make out the lower shelf behind me. And if you don't know what those are, well, my friend, those are K-pop albums. Now, regardless of what your opinion on K-pop is, okay, this channel's a safe space. If you have hobbies and you're not hurting anybody, then whatever, right? I'm not really one for collecting K-pop albums personally, because I don't have limitless amounts of money, but I have been a fan of K-pop since 2008, so it's been a long time. And I'm a dirty, filthy, stinking weeb, as I mentioned previously. I'm a geek, not a nerd, my lovely list keeper. Appreciate the service. Congratulations on the 5K, thank you so much. And a Q&A would be great. First question, how do you always look so good? Well, that's actually a really easy question for me to answer. It's makeup, it's lighting, and it's delusion. There you go. You're welcome. Second question, what is your favorite color? Green. And third question, what is the speed of a swallow carrying a coconut? I will check for you. No problem. What is the speed of a swallow carry? Why is this a search? Why is this a recommended search? Roughly 20.1 miles per hour. Well, there you go. Why was this a search? Why was this a recommended search? A group of coconuts is called a group of coconuts. Bonus fact, the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow is roughly 20.1 miles per hour. Put that in your gee-whiz file in case you ever find yourself on the bridge of death. Oh, it's a Monty Python. I see. It's a Monty Python thing. Okay, fair enough. Final question. What is something you're proud of? Starting this channel. Honestly. I started my first YouTube channel just for watching videos in 2006, so that should tell you a lot. And watched a bunch of YouTubers from then till now. And I always wanted to try it, I just never had the confidence to do so until I decided to become shameless. So I just said, fuck it. Why not? Why not? There's no good reason to not. So I did. And here we are. I already know I'm gonna get really mushy and whatever at the end of the video, so I'll save that for then, but thank you for your question. Appreciate it. Next question from Alec Marakin. In that case, do you have a plan on streaming? If so, why or why not? Also, what got you into the YouTubing biz? Good question. I think it would be really fun, and I think it would be especially fun to actually have real-time chat with you guys, so I can, you know, talk to you and stuff, and I think that would be very fun. It would be very new, because I've never done that before. Really, the only thing that's holding me back is that I just don't know how to set up a stream. But that's just because I've never looked into it. I'm sure it's not incredibly complicated, unless it is, and every streamer is simply a genius. So maybe I will look into it and see about how to do some of that stuff sometime soon, if that's what you want. And I would be curious. Let me know in the comments if you would actually want to watch a live stream. And a very good question, where would you prefer to watch one? Would you prefer it to be here on YouTube, or would you prefer it to be somewhere else like Twitch? Let me know. I would actually be really curious. And what got you into the YouTubing biz? Well, like I said in the last question, I've been on this stupid website for so long, since 2006, when I was a wee babby. And shouldn't have had an account. And back in my day, it was just a website where people were being weird and just putting stuff up that they thought was fun or funny, or they had hobbies in, and I just thought that was really cool. And I'd always wanted to try, but I just, like I said, I never had the confidence to do so until now. And that's why I really appreciate you all watching, because I didn't expect you to. Zepox Multimedia, I hope I'm saying that right. What made you enter the world of Let's Plays, and what is your favorite horror game? Good question. It's just fun to watch people play games. It's just fun. And I'm sure that's something that you can all agree with me on. It's just fun to watch people play games. It's a shared experience, whether it's like a scary game, so you all get scared together, or you just laugh at the person getting scared, whatever. Or it could be a more funny game, or a competitive game, or even something that's a bit more thought-provoking. Stuff like that. And I just think it's really fun to watch, to be part of the experience. Plus, it was watching Let's Plays that got me really into indie horror games, and just indie games in general. And being completely honest, some of the best games I've ever played, or the games that have stuck with me the longest, have been indie games that were probably made by 1 or 2 people, which is kind of insane. Favorite horror game? I think I already mentioned it, but probably Silent Hill 2, perhaps? If I'm talking one that when I first played it, I was like, and it stuck with me for a bit. But I also have very, very good memories from playing Outlast 1. I didn't go into that knowing it would be that bad. So, little pig. But I also really like the Fatal Frame games, and Evil Within. Very good game, the first one. Very good game. Visual. What games do you plan on playing in the future, and what are your favorite horror movies? Also, I love your content. Thank you. That's very nice. Games in the future. What am I looking forward to? What am I looking forward to? Well, in terms of this channel, I'm looking forward to Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, Tiny Bunny Chapter 4, Scarlet Hollow Chapter 4 as well. But 2 other games that come to mind that I really want to play would be Choo Choo Charles, the Spider Train. It's a train spider, a spider train, a train with spider legs, aggressive and angry spider train. And I'm also really looking forward to Sons of the Forest. I really want to play that. Ideally with other people. But I'll happily play it alone. I can go insane in the forest on my own, that sounds easy. But if there's any you think I've missed or you think I would like, then please comment them down below. I would be very curious actually. And if there's anything you want to see on the channel, please let me know too. And favorite horror movies? Ooh. But I would say the Conjuring films are pretty strong. For the most part, but one that sticks out to me is the British, was it the second one? The British one? Yeah, with the British family, with the surprise appearance from the Crooked Man for some reason, which was also another great, really, really good RPG Maker game. But specifically, I don't like The Nun, Volak. Deeply upsetting. Another one that really comes to mind that surprised me was a film called The Taking of Deborah Logan. If you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you watch it. Without giving away too many spoilers, it's a pretty good film. Like, the story itself is pretty interesting. There are some parts that are kind of stupid, but there is one part in that film that ruined my year. And if you've seen it, you already know which part I'm talking about. Don't spoil it in the comments, please. But there is a certain part, a certain scene, a certain moment that made me want to rip my face off. But another horror film that I really want to mention is the original The Thing, especially the chewing gum monster. Loved that. Darkmaster45, will you play Minecraft? Yeah? I'd be down. Sev, I have a lot, but I'll ask just a few for now. Favorite animal? Ooh. Dangerous territory. Uh-oh. So you know that one friend that they say people have sometimes that's just full of useless animal facts and weird knowledge about animals? Hi. That's me. So listen, one animal that immediately comes to mind when you ask me favorite animal is palace cats, and it's probably because I see a lot of myself in them. They constantly look like you've just brought dishonor to them, to their family, to their cow. Okay, and this one's super interesting to me. So, shoebill storks. Heard of them? Well, you're gonna now. Jurassic fucking nightmare, as I also like to call them. They are so cool, but also terrifying. I don't think I would ever want to meet one, unless it's a very specific one, which I'll tell you about. Oh, this video's taking a turn. Listen. Shoebill storks can grow to 5 foot tall, so they could technically look you in the eye if you're 5 foot or under. They could look you in the eye. And their wingspan is 7 foot long. Very long. And I will be including videos so you know what they look like and you hear this next thing, because when they make noises, they sound like semi-automatic rifles. I don't know if that's the correct gun, but they do. Listen. When a mama Shubilstok lays eggs, she'll lay a couple of eggs. But the thing is, when the babies hatch, they're all trying to get Victory Royale. If you know what I mean. There can only be one. But there is one story about Shubilstoks that I love, and there's a Shubilstok called Sushi, which is such a cute name. You can meet him, but he will only let you pet him if you bow to him first, and then he will give you permission to come up and pet him. Okay, capybaras. Love me a capybara, the world's biggest rodent. I want to be one in the next life, and I mean that very seriously. Any gods listening or whatnot, help. Make that happen, please. Thank you. Capybaras are just so chill, and they don't give a single fuck. They don't give a singular fuck about you or me. They don't care, and I appreciate that. They hang out in hot springs. And also there's that video of a pelican trying to eat one. And man's asleep. And the last thing that comes to mind is a sea bunny. It's just a sea slug, but look at it. It has a tail. It has little ears. It's so fucking cute. Okay, sorry about that. I went somewhere. What was the next question? Out of all the horror ARG tapes, aka Backrooms, Walton Files, etc. that you've reacted to, which one was your favorite? Ooh, good question. Let's go through each, because I don't have a favorite. Again, I struggle picking favorites if you haven't guessed already. So Backrooms, I really liked Backrooms because it was believable. It was believable to me that a government organization just could create a whole reality for storage. But I hate the color palette. I hate it. Gross. Now the Walton Files I really liked because it was probably the most in-your-face scary out of the ones I've seen. The ones I've reacted to on this channel anyway. Like there was blood, there was jump scares, there was screaming. And to be honest, I think the Walton Files is probably the easiest one for smooth brains like me to follow, because it kind of guides you through the story, whereas the other two, there's a bit more investigating into and deep diving into lore that you need to do to understand. And I'm sure this is the same for Walton, but for the most part, you can kind of pick up on what went down through just watching the videos. And my smooth brain appreciates that. And when it comes to the Mandela catalogue, I love the style. And I really, really love the concept of the alternates. I think that's fucking horrifying to imagine that there's just a large head version of myself wandering around. Hate that. And I want to say, out of all of those three, Mandela probably made me the most uncomfortable. I would say so. And the final question from Sev, do you have any inspirations, like a content creator who motivates you? Very good question. I think it's important for me to clarify that I like a lot of people. I've watched, like I said, I've been on this stupid website for a long time and I've watched a lot of people. And so I watch a lot of Let's Players as well, if we're talking specifically about what inspires what I do. To probably no one's surprise, I'm gonna mention Markiplier. Like probably a lot of people within the Let's Play space, Markiplier. And there's a lot of reasons why. Obviously, I like his videos a lot. I think they're very, very good. I think they're very funny. I've been watching him for like 9 years now. And in my personal opinion, his videos are just getting better and better as every year passes, which is really impressive. But what I also really like and admire and respect is the fact that he's taken this YouTube stuff, which he does very well, and he's then turned that into many other things. Like, he has launched businesses, he did a world tour, which I went to one of the shows, it was very good. Making In Space, making Heist, which were both incredible, and Unis Honest, which we miss dearly each and every day. And he's done a ton of charity work, which is really commendable. Yeah, but, like I said, there's lots of other people. It's not just Markiplier that inspires me, lots of other people. One, for example, being Gab Smolders. I really love Gab Smolders, and I've been watching her for a long time too. I started watching her when she lived in Japan, which was a few years ago, I think. But I really look up to her as not only someone who does what I do, who really likes horror specifically, but also as a woman in the space, just making it possible for other women to be in the space. Yeah. Next question. Frex Devolio, does anyone from your social circle know about your channel? Oh, interesting question. how do you and they feel about it, / how would you want it to be, and why, preferably? It just feels like this is a part of a YouTuber's life that would be interesting for anyone, at least in my opinion. By the way, if it's too personal of a question, there is another one. Did you think, geez, this guy surely likes to type while reading this? I didn't. Go for it, bestie. I believe in you. It's a safe space. You type as much as you want. But yeah, that's a very interesting question, and some do know, some friends know, some loved ones know, some of them actively watch. Hi. I actually had a very funny experience the other day that relates to this question, where a family member's very young child, not too young, but young enough, was asking about if they could watch my videos, and this parent had to say to their young child, no, because she swears all the time. So it's nice to know that I'm a good influence, but to answer the question, yes, people know, and yeah, they're all supportive, which is really nice. Something else on the swearing front though, I have actually had a few comments of people saying that I swear too much and I should stop. But listen, none of my videos are listed as for children, so no children should be watching them. And also, I really like swearing. It's fun. What? It's like seasoning for food, it's sentence enhancing. People listen to you when you swear. Fuck. See, I guarantee you looked. I guarantee you looked at me. Anyway, let's move on. That was very childish of me. Question from Grimdank McDanka, the Vibe Maker. What would you say is your favorite video that you've ever watched? What, on YouTube? Whoa, that's a huge question. P.S. This scared the shit out of me. You're welcome. Anything by Bo Burnham? Yeah, I'd say so. Auntie Donna's videos, love them. Joel Haver makes good videos too. And I think this is the last question. Natalie, who edits your videos? Do you do it yourself? Man, I wish I had someone to edit my videos. Yes, I do edit all of my own videos, and that is why consistency is a cruel, cruel mistress. But one day we will beat her. But to add to that point, I don't just edit for myself, I actually edit for a whole other channel. I know, right? I don't think I've mentioned it before. The whole other channel that I edit for is called Cybert Plays, a sister channel of that Cybert channel, run by Dan Cybert. What a sentence. So kind of cool story about Dan. Within all this YouTube stuff that I've been doing for a little over a year now, he was actually the first other creator who ever gave me any sort of chance. Cue the sad violins, thank you. So I've been editing for Dan for about a year now, but for the past few months, we've actually been working on his whole new channel together, where I'm the editor. I edit the videos. It's all on me. Scary. So if you like Let's Plays, which I assume that you do if you're here, then I suggest you go and check out that new channel, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a Let's Play channel. And you know, Dan's a pretty funny guy, so the videos are pretty funny, and I would know because I edited them. And I also may or may not make a number of appearances throughout the videos, so you need to go over there and watch the videos when they're uploaded, and let me know if you spot me. And a bonus question from Natalie, which I think is the last question. Do you play much besides horror games? I'd love to recommend some non-horror games if you were up for those. Absolutely, recommend whatever you want. If you think I'll like something, then go ahead. You're more than welcome. Thank you so much. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all the questions. I think we actually made it to the end of our first Q&A in one piece. So thank you to everybody who submitted questions, I really appreciate it. And thank you to you for watching, and thank you to everyone who somehow managed to get us to 5,000 subscribers. Like I think I've mentioned before in a video at some point, my goal for 2021 was to reach 100 subscribers, and that's no word of a lie, I genuinely mean that. I have it written down and dated and everything. I thought 100 would be achievable, but also kind of a challenge considering, you know, I was starting from essentially nothing. And so now to be at 5,000 a year and a half later is just kind of insane to me. I truly didn't expect when I started all of this that anyone was gonna watch. I really didn't. I'm just really excited to see where all this goes, you know? So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I think that's it. Thank you so much again for everyone who submitted questions. If you want to see a Q&A from me in future, you're welcome to submit comments. I've been talking too much. Submit questions in the comments below, and then the next time we do a Q&A, I'll refer to this video and I'll look in these comments for questions. But yeah, I think that's it. Enough of the mushy stuff. I'll see you in the next video, whatever that's gonna be. Probably something spooky. Bye-bye.